to episode 155 of Anime and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Shawn.
And this is the review show that reads anime from A to Z. Sort of.
Alright guys, so second to last episode, I guess. We did not spin the wheel. We picked Dragon Ball for D, because Dragon Ball.
We're on a pick or what we want to watch this round.
We gotta stop explaining that every time. Like, they're gonna be like, man, I know. Both of us.
I mean, but you say that, but then at the same time, we do the introduction every episode. You never know what someone's first episode.
Fair. That's very fair.
So maybe someone just saw, hey, Dragon Ball. What is this about? Yeah,
that's very fair. Dragon Ball is a Japanese media franchise created by Akira Toriyama in 1984. The initial manga, written and illustrated by Toriyama, was serialized in Weekly Jump, Shonen Jump, from 84 to 95. With 519 individual chapters. That's a lot of chapters. But it's not the most. That's big. That's really big. But I've read 1,000 plus chapters of One Piece. 1,000 plus chapters of Hajime no Ippo. So.
Right.
It's, but I mean, then you gotta add in Z though. And then you gotta add in Super. And GT probably has its own manga. Like, all that counts.
That's true. So, you know what's funny? I'm as old as Dragon Ball.
84?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. 4 years younger. I'm trying to look for, like, who made it. It doesn't have that. Like, normally for animes, it'll say, like, director or,
right,
you know, producer or whatever. I'm not seeing it.
I mean, I guess you can scroll down to, like, the anime series.
You know what? If they didn't find them like important enough to put on here, then I'm not going to find it important enough to go find them. Do that. Do that next time. Wiki. All right, so Dragon Ball. It was originally just going to be the Emperor Pilaf arc, but as stated in the previous episode, I wanted more.
So yeah, we're covering both the first two arcs, we could just say.
Yep, I pretty much watched the first two arcs with my kids.
Yeah?
Because they were into it, so like I just popped it on when they were here, and we watched it together. Lots of Goku nudity, and some Krillin apparently, and my son loved every moment of it and thought it was hilarious. I had to cover Emma's eyes once or twice. I probably didn't have to, but like, Bulma flashing her vagina at Master Roshi, even though she unintentionally did that. She thought she was just given a panty shot, was a bit much for, I feel like that was a bit much for my daughter to see. So I covered her eyes. Whatever. I mean, call me a prude.
1984 Japan, man. So.
Yeah. Kind of funny though. Oh, and I sent you a video link to a YouTube video. Did you watch that?
I saw it.
At one point, Oolong, this is later on, I think at the second tournament arc, Oolong, transforms into Bulma for whatever reason, and he flashes Master Roshi, and you see it. It's on screen. Like, you see her boobs. So, like, it's just odd, but it happened.
Yeah, I mean, this is a kid show, right?
Well, she was 16, and that was probably a year later, so she's probably 17. Still a little young for me. Sorry. And it's a kid show.
I will say, that's what I said. This is a kid show, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a kid show, but, like, aren't all shonen shows made for teens and 20 to 30-year-old adults? Like, it's made to encompass everyone. It's like a young adult movie or a young adult book. Is it made for teens? Sure, but, like, you can enjoy it in your 20s, you can enjoy it in your 30s. Maybe it's a bit pigeonholed in it's, like, it's, can't think of the word. But, like, I lost it.
I don't know.
We'll get to it. It's View. I don't know, I can't think of the word. I'll come up with it later.
And it's time?
No, in, like, what it wanted to be. But because the genre keeps you from being more.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Anyway, can't think of the word. But, like, because it's held back, it can't be more than that. But that doesn't mean you can't enjoy it. So, is it for children? Sure, but it's probably also for adults.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, I think it is, for sure.
I mean, we watched it as we were kids, so.
We did. And I'm assuming the nudity was blurred out.
I don't even think the nudity probably made it into what we've saw, because this was on TV. Like, regular channels.
Yeah, but, like, they could just easily fix that. That wouldn't be difficult.
They would just, like, cut those scenes completely out.
There's a lot of them. I don't know.
American censors in the 90s? Hell yeah, they would easily chop that up.
You say that, but I remember seeing tits in the 90s on basic cable. It happened.
But that's cable. That's cable. This was on, like, UPN, regular basic TV.
Yeah, basic cable. Basic TV.
No. Like, one of the channels that, you know...
You get for free with the TV. Bunny ears. Yeah. Okay.
This was like, I don't know what that's called. I forget what it's called.
Public access.
No, that's something different. Public access is anyone can.
But that's essentially that. It's like, it's on the air. You can get to it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a different channel, but it's the same thing.
No, well, I don't want to get into the difference between public access and regular, nationalized.
Look, it's good. It's you should definitely watch it if you like shonen. You should definitely watch it if you want to see what started shonens off, what made them popular.
This is even good if you just like anime.
Yeah, it's a good show. It's a good story.
Yeah, it definitely has shonen tropes because it's the grandfather of shonen essentially. Mm-hmm. But
but it made the tropes. So like you can't say it's a trope when it created them.
Right, exactly. But I mean, say someone today who's watched nothing but shonen but never actually got to Dragon Ball.
Yeah, they're going to be like, oh, a tournament.
Yeah, and stuff like that.
We got to charge up and get stronger and learn moves.
But, we're talking about Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z. I'm sure a lot of people, the majority of people who watch anime, probably seen something of Z.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, they know what it is.
Right.
How do you not?
But I'm sure, unless they're, really fans of the Z series, a lot of them didn't go back and watch.
Yeah, they probably don't know about Dragon Ball. I know plenty of people that didn't know that there was an anime before Z where Goku was a kid. Right. Plenty of people.
And it's good. I mean, it's kiddie and weird at times. Like you said, there's a lot of nudity.
Yeah, and my problem with the Dragon Ball, not just Ball, but Z and Super, is that Ball is kind of happy-go-lucky. Mm-hmm. It's where a shonen, it's not going to get too heavy and too serious, but there are going to be some serious moments where they have to fight. Z is very heavy, very adult. Death and destruction, people die. And then Super is this weird mix between the two. Death and destruction, but it's not going to happen. Everything's going to be fine. And that wasn't the feeling in Z, ever.
Even though everything was always fine.
Yes, even though it always was, that was not the feeling that you had while you watched it the first time.
It was always dire, everything in that one. I can't say for Super Saiyan.
But everything from the story, the plot, the characters' voice acting, tone of voice, music, was like that. For the 3 different periods for Ball, Z, and Super. It's weird how Ball and Z are complete opposites and Super's this weird mix and it doesn't work.
Yeah,
we'd have to watch Super, sure, but it does not work. One or the other works fine. Ball's great. Z's great. But Super's trash.
A perfect example of the difference between Z and Ball is in Z, Nappa kills 3 people in 4 episodes. And then in Dragon Ball, in the first arc, there's an episode where Goku almost walking through town in a bunny suit, and Goku's got to fight a bunny guy, and he ends up putting him on the moon. So, just 2 different tones,
Yeah. And again, those tones are fine, and I think they work perfectly well. Separated,
yeah. Like I said, I've never seen Super.
This isn't a review of Super, I'm sorry, but it does not work together, and you gotta know that.
Right.
But I think that highlights why Ball is so good, and why Z is so good, because they f***ed up Super.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to make a judgment.
I think it will. We got to watch Super next time.
So, give me a premise on the peel-off arc.
So, Gohan and Bulma meet up. The premise. They meet up.
No, they don't.
Goku and Bulma meet up. They decide to quest to find the Dragon Balls because Bulma wants a boyfriend.
I mean, Gohan can have a boyfriend if he wants.
Goku?
He's a Gohan. Twice now. Because I guess he looks like Gohan.
I guess. And they're teaming up to find the Dragon Balls because Bulma wants a boyfriend. There's a bunch of adventures. They meet Yamcha, who eventually becomes her boyfriend. Oolong's a shape-shifting pig.
Yeah, Master Roshi.
Korra is a shape-shifting flying cat. Yeah, Master Roshi is a legendary martial artist they encounter and eventually train under after the peel-off arc.
He's also a huge pervert.
Mm-hmm. And while they're searching for the Dragon Balls, apparently, and they're on their little quests and having their adventures, there's Emperor Pilaf and his 2 minions, a dog and
I remember May? One of them, I think it's May and Shu.
Yeah.
Or no, Mai and Shu.
And they're looking for the Dragon Balls because he wants absolute power.
Yeah, I think it's just, I want to rule the world.
Essentially, him and Vegeta are the same.
Well, no.
I don't think it was I want to rule the world. I think it was absolute power.
But Vegeta wants immortality.
That's fair.
Pilaf wants he just wants to rule the world, is what it picks in. It's not that exact wording, but it's essentially what it is. Mm-hmm. And,
and the hijinks, and, what happens. That's the art. That's the premise.
Perfectly explain what Pilaf wants. When he's having a dream, he's dreaming of Nazi dogs taking over. Right? Was dogs?
I don't know.
It was a weird dream sequence, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so
they're like the comic relief for a comic relief show.
Yeah. They are.
I don't like it. I didn't like the Pilaf arc very much. What I do like about it is the adventures Goku and Bulma get into. That's fun. You're learning about Goku's powers. You're learning about how strong he is, about the world. Dino Caps, right? The whole world setting.
Right. This is a setup season, and Pilaf is there more background as something as an obstacle to overcome.
A little arc.
It's just someone to overcome. Because if I was surprised at how short the episode count for this arc is. It's only 13 episodes. So I thought it was a lot longer than that, but it's not. Mm-hmm. So, I mean...
well, I know he comes back here and there, for sure.
Yeah. But, like, this is his major...
Yes, this is him.
And after this, he's kind of, like, relegated to way behind the scenes.
For sure.
Because we don't even see him in the second arc, do we?
No, at all.
Yeah. So, but, like, yeah, he's just there so that he can, like, try and kill them so that we can awaken Uzuru...
Yeah.
And, you can see the dragon and get the Dragon Balls.
But there's a bunch of funny moments. Like, for instance, Goku's sleeping in the same bed as Bulma.
No, he wakes up and he wanders in.
Oh, okay. Because he wants to, like, wake her up or he's hungry, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And the funny moment is he lifts up the blanket or her shirt or for whatever reason, I can't remember, and he notices that she doesn't have any balls. So he, like, pats, like, smacks her vagina. And he's like, where are your balls?
Yeah. I mean...
He's an innocent kid that never met a girl before.
Right.
He was raised by his grandpa Gohan, who wasn't his grandpa. Goku's
right, and that's what I was
We all know who he is. He's an alien, he's a Saiyan, but he doesn't know that.
Right, that's what I was going to get at. The show is ridiculous, but...
Good.
He is just so naive at everything, and it excuses the things he does. And I'm not saying excuses in a bad way, because it just kind of does, because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, it's well...
And that's what...
It's a good excuse for them to have those Ichi type moments.
Right, and like that's what Bulma's there for, to correct the way he is, to pretty much raise him, because that's what she does.
Become a functioning member of society.
Yes, because that's what she does. She's pretty much his mother.
One thing I wanted to say is that, and it kind of dawned on me as you were talking, the show is also a little bit figuring out what Goku is. Because from the very beginning he's not human. He's got a tail, and there was like talk about him, something falling into the sky, and some sort of big monster trampled his grandpa during a full moon. So like you're kind of trying to figure out everything, and I don't think you get a clear answer until Z.
Yeah, no.
Like, you figure out that he turns into a monkey, so he's not human. But, like, I don't think we get a clear answer until Bardock.
Yeah, as far as we know, he could just be a mutant at this point.
Yeah.
The whole thing. But that does bring up a question that you brought up when we were watching the first couple of episodes ago. Why is it weird that he is a town when there's talking anthropomorphic animals?
And in the second arc, Krillin even said, yeah, I don't think anyone's ever seen or human with a tail. I'm like, really? There's f***ing dogs walking on 2 feet talking. Like,
well, maybe that's the thing. Maybe there's just no mixture.
I guess, but that just seems really dumb.
I know. It is, but he's an alien, so...
Yeah. Anyway, so, like, their adventures is what's kind of funny, and there are some funny moments, but it's mostly shock funny. Like, Goku patting her vagina. Funny. Like, but it's shock funny. Like, you don't expect something like that. Or when Bulma flashes Master Roshi, and she's not wearing any underwear.
Even the,
She doesn't know she's not wearing any underwear, so it's kind of funny.
Like, but even the scenes where Goku will eat anything, some of them are...
Yeah, and again, that's a trope, right? The main character, the shonen guy, eats everything, but Goku created that, so it's like...
But not even that, like... Sure, they'll eat anything, but in other shonens, you don't see actively the main character killing wolves and then cooking them on a fire, sure. He'll literally fight anything and then eat it, so... So the comedy's just not from the Ichi of it all.
There is other comedy.
There's legitimate funny moments in the show.
I gotta say, although I didn't find them funny, because I'm an adult, and I've seen it, my son did.
Yeah.
And so did my daughter. Like, they found a lot of that stuff funny.
That's... me and you are a little harder to please because we're
sure, but like I think it's just another like proof, a piece of proof that like sometimes this comedy isn't for us adults. Yes. Sometimes it works better for children.
Yeah, and it's made for children, I would assume anyway.
Mostly, but we talked about that. I do think a lot of it's made for adults.
Yeah, but I think maybe the manga was, but I think when they adapted it,
I mean, it has a very kid tone to it, but at the same time, it's not a complex plot, but there's a plot. And most kid shows don't have that. Don't have, they're serialized. Or they're not serialized, they're episodic.
That's not necessarily true. Japanese...
Sure, but we're also talking about the 80s.
But, like, I mean, even Japanese animation and even, like, look at something like Lupin. It's sure it has a bunch of same plots over and over again, but there are plots in it where it's not like...
Yeah, but that's not meant for kids. That's meant for adults, and that's my point. I think it's the writing is a little more structured for an older audience than 8-year-olds.
To be fair, name another anime from the 80s. Exactly.
I can, but none of them are the bridge between kid and adult like this is.
That's what I mean, though. So I'm
That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is I think it's definitely made for kids, for sure. But I think it's also, there's a little bit in there for adults.
I just think it's a little bit harsh to say that no kids shows have plots back then. At least in other countries where...
Maybe.
Because, I mean...
But I don't remember any of them.
I just...
Cat Dog? Come on.
That's American. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, well, I don't know anything else. This is what I'm talking. I'm giving them my experience.
Like, I'm thinking, like, 80s America. If you want to go 80s America, you got, like, G.I. Joe and stuff like that.
That shit. Jesus Christ.
And Transformers, where every cartoon is them...
Never watched it.
Or them selling you toys, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
But they're also all episodic. They were never serialized like this.
True.
Kind of more to my point.
But there are arcs in them.
Yeah, maybe. Like,
some of them. Maybe. I don't know. It's been like 30 years now since I've seen anything.
Anyway, we can continue. So, yeah. And then towards the end of that arc, Goku's fighting them, Yamcha's fighting them, he's on their side now. And they get captured.
Well, Yamcha was a bad guy. Well,
he was a bad guy. He wasn't really a bad guy. Well, he was a desert pirate.
Yes.
He was a bad guy.
So was Oolong. Every person he's come across...
It's the Goku effect.
Yeah, it's the Goku effect. Yeah, every bad guy comes across, he either turns them to his side or eats them.
And the only one that it hasn't happened for, I believe, besides the ones that he killed, because, like, Bardock is dead, is Cell.
Cell's dead, too.
But Cell's... Oh, right. Cell is dead. But, like, Frieza died, and he came back. He's in Super, and he's their friend. Boo died, and he came back.
Well,
and he's their friend.
Boo was...
But I wished back, but still. But it still happened. But Boo... So, like, there's only a few that die.
Yeah, Boo happened within Z, though, so that worked.
There's only a few that die permanently.
Like, when you said Frieza, I didn't know that because I didn't see Super, so...
But he doesn't come back alive, but he's helping them. Much like Goku in the Boo Saga, where he comes back with the Halo.
Okay.
He comes back like that.
I got you. But, I don't know any of that, so I'm only judging it based on, what I've seen up to, which is Z. Well, we covered GT on this show, so...
Oh, we did?
Yes, we did.
Jesus.
But yeah, so essentially, they collect the Dragon Balls. Pilaf's about to wish for power, and then Oolong wishes for panties for some reason.
It's the first thing you can think of.
Yeah.
To keep him from getting the power.
And then Pilaf's mad, so he puts them in a jail, and he's going to cook them alive.
A jail with a magnifying glass roof, essentially, so when the sun rises, that he can cook them alive.
And then, in the middle of the night, Goku sees a full moon.
For the first time in weeks.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe he just never was outside when there was a full moon. Maybe he went to bed super early.
That's true. They did have the Dino Capsule house.
Yeah. So, I mean, but now he's looking at the full moon, he turns into a great giant ape, he goes on a rampage, destroys the castle, they cut off his tail. Did they cut off his tail? They cut off his tail.
Part turned into a pair of scissors.
Okay, yeah. They cut off his tail, and...
Funny thing about that. I watched Dragon Ball a few times, and I watched it once when Jack was 2. Mm-hmm. Maybe less than 2. And Jack watched it. And he watched Goku with a tail. And he watched the tail be cut off with scissors. So, Tang, my orange cat. Mm-hmm. Jack used to follow him around the house right around that time. And with a scissor motion with his fingers, try to cut his tail off. It's one of the funniest stories I got of him. And it's so weird. You wanted to cut Tang's tail off.
Well, that's what you do with tails, apparently.
Yeah, apparently. But he turns into a giant ape, Poor cuts it off, and then everyone's fine.
End of arc.
End of arc. But because a wish was made, if you don't know, we'll explain. The Dragon Balls get scattered to the ends of the earth, and they're stones for a whole year. Mm-hmm. So you have nothing to do for a whole year. You gotta fill that with something. Goku goes to train.
Yeah, we can't do it. So here's the Dragon Ball formula. We chase Dragon Balls, then we have a tournament. We chase Dragon Balls, then we have a tournament.
I think that's the entire... Is it?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Because after the first tournament arc, we go Red Ribbon Army, and then it's second...
But is that Balls, or is it just Red Ribbon Army?
That's Dragon Ball.
No, I know it's Dragon Ball, but are they searching for Dragon Balls?
Red Ribbon Army searching for the Dragon Balls.
Okay, I can't remember.
Yeah, and then it's a second tournament arc. Then it's Piccolo, who's searching for the Dragon Balls and taking over the world.
I don't remember much of... Oh, it was King Piccolo.
Yeah, King Piccolo.
Okay.
And then after King Piccolo, it's another tournament arc, and then it's Z. So, yeah.
That's funny. I like it.
But yeah, so go ahead. Premise for the second arc.
Goku wants to train. We don't know about the tournament yet, but he wants to go train with Master Roshi. Master Roshi previously offered him to train him.
Because after the first arc, they all split off and go to their separate ways because they got collected Dragon Balls. So yeah.
So this is the split. He's going to go train with Roshi.
Mm-hmm.
And Krillin. This is where Krillin comes in. He goes to train with him. And Yamcha and Bulma are kind of off screen for a while, but they're just living life for a little while. And then out of nowhere, Yamcha's like, "Oh, I want to do a tournament."
It's weird to think that Yamcha was in the show before Krillin.
Yeah, because Krillin is a bigger character in Z.
Yeah, so Oolong and stuff like that, true, but they're side characters. They don't really, but like Yamcha's an actual fighter, so it's just like the weakest one, but still.
Another thing about Yamcha being the weakest one, you know the meme of him like being lying in a ditch dead? There's a very similar moment in the Tree of Might where he gets blasted down. He's in a very similar fashion. He's in a crater, essentially dead.
It was probably after that arc too, because they had the spirit bomb and stuff. So
and King Kai and all that. Yeah, so
I would assume that probably did that on purpose.
So essentially Yamcha and Bulma and Poir and Oolong are off living life for a little while for most of this arc, and then like halfway through it, Yamcha starts training because he has always wanted, apparently, to do the tournament.
The World Martial Arts.
Yep. So for the first half of the arc is just following Goku and Krillin train.
This is your favorite arc, isn't it?
Of all of Dragon Ball? I don't know, because I'd have to watch the rest of it.
Because this is where
of the two, for sure.
But like, this is where I think they do the bulk of their training and stuff.
Yeah. The training's cool, watching them actually get stronger. The one thing I found a little disappointing is Krillin never attempted to do a Kamehameha. And you would have thought that since Goku can do one and Krillin is so close to strength in Goku, especially after all that training, that like either he would attempt to do one during the tournament, or Roshi before the tournament would have been like, "Hey, let's train you to do it because Goku can do it and you guys are so close to strength." Like what? It doesn't make any sense to me why they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's weird. I didn't even catch that.
And we know that Krillin can do the Kamehameha. He uses it in Z. I believe he uses it in Ball at some point. In the next tournament arc, probably.
That becomes his move.
Until Destructive Disc.
Well, yeah, that's true, too. I guess the Kamehameha...
Until the Frieza Saga. Then it's Destructive Disc.
Then it's Destructive Disc. So who has...
well, not even Frieza. He used it against Nappa. Sorry.
So who has the Kamehameha now? Who doesn't have a specific move? Because Goku just has 1,000 moves now. That's not his signature anymore.
Well, it's Gohan's signature.
Oh, it's Gohan. Yeah, I guess that would be Gohan.
Trunks doesn't really have a move that's his, but he does have moves. Like, he has the Finish Buster where he does the thing with his hands and does a blast, but it's not a good move that doesn't...
use the Kamehameha.
No. But what I'm saying is, like, you ask, like, what is everyone's move?
I was like...
there are a couple characters that have their own moves, but, like, they're not that great.
Yeah, but my point is, since Krillin and Goku have their signatures, essentially, now, who his signature...
Gohan has the Masenko Pa.
Oh, yeah.
But again, not a big one. He uses it a few times in Z.
I guess it would have fallen to Yamcha then.
Yamcha uses it in Z, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe he does.
I
can't remember a time. I can't remember a time where he uses it, though.
But he does use it. I know he does. I'm pretty sure he does. Like,
I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, does Yamcha use the Kamehameha?
That's what I'm gonna say.
But other than his Wolf Fang fists, he doesn't have anything else.
Yamcha formally became a student of Roshi after Fortune Teller Baba's tournament. This is where he undoubtedly learned the Kamehameha, putting it to use during his fight with Tien at the 22nd World Tournament of Martial Arts. So he does use it in Ball.
So I forgot about the Baba's tournament.
Yeah.
So not only does it go Balls tournament, but there's another tournament in there somewhere. It's not even a different kind of arc. It's just a different scene of another tournament arc.
There.
If you love tournament arcs, this is the thing for you. And I like tournament arcs.
They're fun.
Especially the for some reason the Dragon Ball ones are always fun.
They're done well, that's why.
Just to see who's going to pick the balls and be paired up against everyone and stuff like that.
But it's also done really well. I've seen a bunch of shonens with tournaments that were terrible.
Yeah, that's because we need a tournament in there. They don't put no thought into the brackets or anything.
None of it. There's clearly a lot of well thought because Krillin and Goku both needed to fight Jackie Chung.
And Yamcha fights him too. Yeah.
He didn't need to, but Krillin and Goku definitely needed to.
Yeah.
They couldn't go up against Yamcha and potentially lose.
Right, but at the same time, with where Yamcha's story goes, he kind of needed to face him and get his butt kicked too.
Yeah.
So.
Makes sense.
So yeah, essentially, they're training for the World Martial Arts Tournament. They get super, super strong. Like,
but how do they get strong? And that the whole point of the Turtle Hermit martial art is to surpass normal human limits. Speed, strength, endurance, agility.
By carrying a turtle shell on their back.
Well, for the most part, they carry a 50-pound turtle shell. They deliver milk for like miles and miles and miles, so they have to do a lot of running. They have to do construction work, a lot of strength training, while carrying the turtle shell. They have to dodge bees while tied to a tree, agility. Intelligence, they have apparently schoolwork to do at Roshi every day, but that's only shown once, I think.
Yeah.
What else do they do?
I remember, don't they? Isn't there?
They swim. There's a shark chasing them, so that's a good endurance.
Is there field work too? Isn't there field work?
Yeah, tilling fields with their hands.
So essentially, Master Roshi's using child labor in order to train these kids.
Probably where he's getting all his money from to buy food and all that.
Yeah, probably.
Because they're eating him out of house.
Pretty much, because he's got to have a lot of money, because...
There's a little mini arc where they have to get a girl for Roshi.
Launch
in order to be accepted as students. Kind of dumb. Who cares? But Launch is essentially their maid and cook.
Yes. And she's a nice girl, and then she sneezes into she's a profane person. Krillin's also kind of a sleazebag in the beginning.
He's a dick in Ball.
Uh-huh.
He's trying to cheat. He's always trying to get one over on other people, but it kind of fits considering where he came from.
Right. Because of the monks always bullying him and doing the same stuff like that. But it's also the Goku effect here. He changes his way because of Goku. Because Goku is...
Even by the end of this arc, is he 100% a great guy? No, he's a bit of a jerk probably. But he's on Goku's side. He's not just fighting for himself anymore. Right. Like, he has a team. He cares.
Yeah, and this is where we really build up the whole team stuff and everything else. But yeah, so the first half of the arc is just them training. And then the second half is the tournament. I mean, it's a tournament with Jackie Chun.
Jackie Chun. The Bruce Lee character.
Yes. But, like, so, what was the first round? It was Jackie Chun versus Yamcha, and he beat...
Oh, in the finals?
No, just in the first round.
The very first... Well, I mean finals as in the...
Oh, yeah, in the quarter. Because there's the qualifying rounds where they just...
They just go beat the shit out of people that aren't
the regular people who never stood a chance, yes. But then, like, the quarterfinals, I guess it would be. I think it's Jackie Chan and Yamcha, right? And he beats them by, like, just flicking his finger. And then Goku beats a flying pterodactyl.
Was it the flying pterodactyl?
Yeah, it had to be. Gira.
No, Gira, he did beat Gira, but who did he beat before him where he just flicked him? Goku flicked a guy. And
that was in the elimination rounds.
Like, that's me on
Yeah, that's fine. He wants attention. That was definitely in the elimination rounds, though. And then there was Krillin beats the stinky guy.
Yeah, Men... Bacterium.
And then it was the...
My son cracked up when Krillin farted in his face.
I'm sure he did. And then there was the guy who was there for his family.
Nam,
yeah. He's just the sad... The extra character they had to
Indian
throw in.
dude with the English Indian accent, which is funny.
Yeah, they knew they were in a quarterfinal, so they had to create a new character.
He was fairly strong.
But he was just there to be beaten.
Yeah,
they just gave him a tragic backstory so that Goku doesn't care about money and stuff like that. So
yeah, he had he wanted to get water for everyone, so he had to win the tournament, get the money, and then he could get water.
I don't know if did they even show his first round fight. I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I don't remember, even if they did. And then...
Oh, he fought the girl.
Oh, yeah, there was a girl, wasn't there?
Yeah. She was fairly strong, too, but not stronger than any of the other guys. How she would win was use her feminine wiles. Yeah. Like, she literally stripped down to her underwear on stage while fighting him. And
he was having none of it.
He had to close his eyes.
Yeah, he just blew him away. And then Goku beat Nam, and then Jackie Chan beats Krillin, and then Jackie Chan...
Fairly easily. Considering they both did the same amount of work, and they're both, like, very close in power level. Like, he beat Krillin way easier than he beat Goku. And it's a little upsetting to me. It's like, you can't tell me that these two are very close in power, and then not show it.
They're both very close in power, but apparently, like you said, Goku's got a little more training, considering he has the energy beams. And because of his heritage, he's got a lot more power reserves.
I think he's... more durable.
Yes. So it makes more sense that he would last longer.
Still, It would be nice to see a little more out of Krillin after having him for this whole arc.
I agree, but at least Goku didn't win this one.
Yeah, no, he lost.
So I
think he loses the next one, too, to Tien.
It's technically... No, he does lose, doesn't he? I was about to say...
And I can't remember if he beats... I think he beats Piccolo.
He beats Piccolo, but I think Tien actually was technically a draw, but I think he hit first. They decided that Goku hit first, so Tien wins on the technicality. But they both hit outside at the same time, I think.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah. So, and Jackie Chan wins, and it's revealed... What's the reveal, Shawn?
Oh, Jackie Chan is Roshi.
Yes, Roshi. Because
so when Jackie Chan first came on screen, my son was like, "Is that Master Roshi?" And I'm like, "I don't think so. What's his name?" He's like, "I don't know." They didn't announce his name for like a couple seconds, and then eventually he said he was Jackie Chan. I'm like, "Oh, that's Jackie Chan. That's not Roshi." You didn't believe me for a second.
Sure, you didn't. I mean, but that's just how overpowered they already are. They need Master Roshi to beat them all in a tournament,
and that's actually why Roshi was in the tournament, and he explains that to Nam. That way you can, as the viewer, can understand.
Right.
They're already at the pinnacle of strength on Earth.
Right.
So if they think they're at the pinnacle, if they know they're at the pinnacle, then why would they keep training?
I know. I mean, it's just, they're already overpowered. It kind of like, I mean, it kind of takes the, like, they have to literally throw an army at Goku in the next arc just to make it, like, feasible. And then they got to continuously, throughout the rest of this series,
make bigger things.
Make bigger and bigger things happening. It's a good show.
Yeah, it's good. It's above average for shonens, especially considering the time that it came out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Like, that show would stand up now if it came out now.
Yeah.
It would be perfectly fine. It would do well. Eve Dragon Ball was never a thing before. But considering the date that it came out, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's an 8 or a 9 for me.
Yeah.
Is it perfect? No, it's a little boring at times. The comedy's more for kids. But it's good.
Yeah, it's a solid 8, for a series. So, yeah, that is Dragon Ball. Actually, before we dive into that, create a new tab, go to the website.
What website? Oh, this website?
The website.
What am I doing?
Go to that and go down to D so we can compare it.
Oh, goddamn. I thought you said we were done that.
We've never done this.
Pretty sure you said that we were done this. Like, done comparing, because there's too many and you forgot your book.
Yeah, and I said we just bring up this stupid list because there is Dota's Dragon Blood. We covered that.
Dota's Dragon Blood.
Right?
Yep.
That was your thing. There was...
we watched Domestic Girlfriend?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But that's an extra one.
Well, we still did it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, we actually covered that as an extra one. Domestic Girlfriend, we did. There was also... This is why we decided we didn't want to do this anymore. Because we did Darker Than Black.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. So...
Can't be that great if... oh, crap.
I'm just going to say this. Dota's Dragon Blood or this?
This. Although I like Dota's Dragon Blood.
Yeah, no, you're the one that you're
It's not a super close... Death Note. It's not super close. But I would still pick this over all of them.
Yeah. Me too. I hated Death Note, so that's not...
I didn't. Ranking it, I mean, Dragon Ball... Yeah. And then it's kind of muddled, because, like, I like them, so who really cares what's next?
Yeah. These been pretty solid, honestly.
I don't know about Domestic Girlfriend. I can't remember that at all.
That was kind of bad. But that was actually not in... That was... You spun the wheel and said, "Oh, we're not doing this. We're doing Death Note instead." And then it was so you had already spun the wheel, so we had to do it on an off-season episode.
Okay, I don't remember that at all.
You don't remember anything. It's okay.
Hey, it's okay.
So we're not doing the wheel because we're still in our round of pickings instead of random crappy anime
this week.
That's been destroying us, and we're in.
I've got E.
Yep.
Next week you'll have D. No,
F. The alphabet goes the other way.
Yeah, I got you. There wasn't a whole lot of E's. For me, it was between Elfen Lied and Erased. I've seen Erased twice. I've never seen Elfen Lied. Erased is good. Mm-hmm. It's a good pick, but go with something I haven't seen, and it's on Prime at the moment, so it's easy to watch.
There you go.
So that's what we're watching.
We're going to watch Elfen Lied. So what?
I've heard the name for years.
So did I.
I've even seen a few minutes of the first episode.
I have not.
It didn't hook me immediately, but it was only a couple minutes. It's not like I watched the whole episode. I know it's gory. I know there's tits. And that's kind of it.
It sounds like it would be a hentai title.
Yeah. Genre. Drama, horror, psychological, romance, science fiction.
Yeah. All right. Are you going to do the summary or not?
Plot summary. The Diclonius, a mutated Homo sapien that is said to be selected by God and will eventually become the destruction of mankind, possesses 2 horns in their heads. This is a long sentence. And this happens a lot. And a 6th sense, which gives it telekinetic abilities. End sentence. Due to this dangerous power, they have been captured and isolated in laboratories by the government. Lucy, a young and psychotic Diclonius, manages to break free of her confines and brutally murder most of the guards in the laboratory, only to get shot in the head as she makes her escape. She survives and manages to drift along to a beach where 2 teenagers named Coda and Yuka discover her. Having lost her memories, she was named after the only thing that she can now say, Niu, and the 2 allow her to stay at Coda's home. However, it appears the evil, quote, Lucy, is not dead just yet.
I did not understand half that stuff that you just said.
So essentially, there's like a race of whatever she is with horns, and they're really powerful. They're being held captive and tested on. She breaks out, gets shot in the head, and is like, because of it. You know how sometimes I've told you how I'll like pick her, we're watching a bad anime and I'll be like, all right, I'll just picture this main character as having downs. I don't have to picture that now. This person's literally mentally challenged.
It just said she's amnesia. It doesn't say she's
No, it doesn't say amnesia. Having
lost her memories.
Wait. Okay, it says she lost her memories, fine. That's all it says to damage to her head. But she was shot in the head. It's more than just losing her memories if the only thing she can say is Neo. Plenty of people have amnesia and can speak just fine.
That was the first word she said, I think it said.
The only thing that she can now say.
Oh.
I should touch my screen. Whatever. So she's probably mentally challenged.
Whatever, I'm done.
They're going to take advantage of her at some point. I guarantee it. All right, let's watch it. Elfin lied.
This isn't a hentai.
Okay.
Now I'm not so confident.
I don't sound hentai. All right, guys. Next episode, Elfin lied.
Bye.